Okay, I'll continue with the fish room tour. This is actually an upstairs room where I have a bunch of tanks right now. I think I have about 10 tanks up here. Out of necessity, I had to expand. Had to move some other stuff into the fish room, which took up some space where I had some 10-gallon tanks. So I moved the other tanks up to the extra bedroom to get things going. But anyway, this is a drop of the snow white albinos. You can see I have two of them that have a nicked tail. They got nipped by somebody. It's not a defect. It'll grow back. These are really coming along nicely. These fish were born the end of March. It was the second female that took quite a while to drop some fry. So these will be for sale soon. I'll put a couple of trios most likely on Aquabid, and most likely start them around $40 a trio. If you're interested, they'll be on there, or you can email me and see what we can end up working out. These look like they have a little bit of a bluish sheen, but they really don't. I'm not sure if I can get this on there, but the LED light above has a couple of blue LEDs right over this tank. So can't complain at all about these. There's no babies in this tank yet. They're sure there will be soon. I have thin leaf water sprite in the back there, so there's plenty of cover for the babies. And with all my tanks, I have these kind of homemade 4x4x4 sponge filters, or I bought them from either a guy that was in our South Jersey IFGA Guppy group or from Angels Plus. But the Snow White Albinos is a fantastic line. One of the most prolific albino lines I've ever had. So next up is a tank of ones I'm growing out of yellow deltas. A couple of the males have uneven tail edge, probably from a couple of nips here and there. The plant is a gigantic thin leaf water sprite. Now this one has some nicks like I was mentioning, but it's not genetic. One, it'll grow back, and two, it won't be passed on to the babies. So one of my favorite lines. I love the yellow deltas. A real intense yellow coloration on these. And they also have, I think, like a platinum gene in the front part of the body. It's a little bit of like a white kind of platinum in the front, if I can isolate this one. So some of the males have a red dot or two in the top of the upper part of the body. Some don't. I haven't tried to breed that out because I really don't care. It's not something I really care about. This is a experiment in progress. These were culls of my black Moscows, but what I started to get in another tank was I started to get their proper name for them is black delta. Some people call them half black, some call them three-quarter black. Try and find a male so you can see. That one you can almost see with the females in the way. There's a lot of females in this tank, because these females were culled because they were small and I had too many, to be honest with you. And this, trying to get this male to come to the front. You can see there's no coloration on the half of the body. So that's technically a black delta, or like I said, some people call them a half black or a three-quarter black. So the females are very dark because they're from the black Moscow line. And I kind of lost my black delta line, which I was using a lot for IFGA shows in the past, and I'm trying to resurrect it by going in a different direction. And I'm crossing these few males into some black Moscow females. I do have some babies in there, which I'm going to leave in here because I have to see what I end up getting. They're in there somewhere, some at the bottom there. So that's a work in progress. The next tank I'll get to will be the... I turned the filter off so I could film this. These are the red bluegrass metalheads. I don't really, the metalhead part characteristics not too evident so far today. They're I guess they're just relaxing. I still have the couple of longfin ones in there. A couple of longfin males actually as well. That's what this one is. He's not shredded. It's a longfin male. It's a young male growing out, as is that one. And I really like these. I kind of prefer this, the red grass metalhead, more than the others. I may isolate that and try to come up with, see if I can get that to breed true, although it may not be possible because red grass is tough. They always throw some blue. I was trying to find one of the longfin females. There's one in the back. Zipping away there. Can't really get her on there. There's one. Interesting. Not something I'm overly crazy about, but it's kind of cool having it in the tank. Doesn't cause any problems, so they are fertile. So that's a longfin male. This is just an experimentation line for me. I came up with it from a cross of unrelated line, basically. I ended up getting red bluegrass metalheads out of it. So I've just been keeping them going. This female's got an interesting colored dorsal. And the females all have pretty good fins on them. So definitely something I'm keeping going. And the next tank is a bit of a female tank of black Moscows. I do have one male in there. This one was a real nice male, but the tail edge got bitten up. So I tossed him in with these females because I have too many females, not enough males to go back to selling some of the black Moscows. So these females are hit, as evidenced by some babies at the bottom. So I may just throw on a couple auctions of 3 hit females maybe, or something like that. I haven't decided. I won't be able to ship any fish this week, so probably do that next week. This tank has the wide leaf water sprite in it, and like I said, it's kind of an extra tank of stuff I'm putting aside. If anything really nice pops out of it, I'll net them out, put them in a small tank. And I got one more tank of red lace snakeskins I'll get to next. Okay, these are the Russian red lace snakeskins. It's one of the, I have 3 breeder tanks of them. This is an extra one. I don't have the best of the fish in here. I actually have a lot of babies in this tank because I'm trying to get them to pass on the red lace snakeskin thing without too many of the black dots. But some of them have developed the black dots late, so it makes that pretty difficult. The plants in here are a very thin leaf water sprite. And you can see I have a bunch of babies in here. I'm probably going to pull out the young ones and just leave this as a tank of adults. So once again, I have to free up a tank in the fish room before I can do that. But these are nice fish. Trying to get the glare out of the way is pretty tough. You can see they have nice fins, beautiful intricate lace pattern, and there's quite a few in there. So definitely something I love. I really enjoy the red lace snakeskin. Still working on the black lace snakeskin line, and I'll try to get a few shots of those tanks in a bit. Alright, there's a few more tanks to get to, and I'll be back. Okay, continuing on with some more of the tanks of the epic massive part 2 of the Guppy fish room tour. This is kind of not the most exciting tank to look at. It is a bunch of babies of the black lace snakeskins from June. I think I have one male that's started to develop, actually 2 of them. There's one right there, and there's another one that's getting the black lace coloration. So it's really not too much to see with this one because they're all a lot of small babies. This is just a tank of some half black blue purple culls. This is a tank of let's see, these are obviously snow white albinos, and these are from Let's see when they're from. April 28th from the first line. And there's a lot of them in there. Trying to find them actually. There's some of them. There's some at the top. Let's see if I can back out a little bit. So there's quite a few in there. Like I said with this line before, they're very, very prolific. They're having babies like clockwork. And this is a small tank with a bunch of ones from the second female. And these were born approximately 6 weeks ago. And this is a tank of Russian red lace snakeskins. There are some babies in there, which I'm going to have to get out. And I kind of took out the last of the big males I had in here. And I sent, I think, a tank entry and 2 single entries to the snakeskin variegated class in the Deep South show, which was this past weekend. And they did well, which is good. There was quite a few entries. I think I got a third in the matched male tank, and I don't know if it was a second or a third in the single entry. But these are some more of them. If these are still alive in October, I'm going to send a couple of these to the show at New England, which is the annual show and starts counting for next year. And these are beautiful fish. It's another breeding tank of them. This is another tank of snow white albinos. See when these are from. I don't remember. I put it somewhere. Anyway, they're ones I'm going to probably sell a couple of trios on Aquabid. These are approximately 3 to 4 months old. There'll probably be some babies in there before too long because these females have filled up pretty good. So, very happy with these, obviously. And you can see on these males that they kind of get like a snow white, fluorescent white kind of color that comes over the body. You can see how it's in the lips and the top. So they're a little bit different than the old albino pastels that used to be in the hobby. I don't know if these are have Moscow genetics or what. Not sure. I do see a little bit of yellow in them, and then this white overtakes it. So you can see the gravid spot on that female. And she would, and the other females were hit by these males. So doing really well. These are the 10 babies from that black Moscow female that I got a while back. And 8 of them are black Moscows. 2 of them are albinos. The sad thing is, with the exception of a couple, it looks like all the 10 babies ended up being females. So instead of losing the line, I'm going to try again with this, and I'm going to take a male out of the long fin black Moscow, long dorsal fin one, and see if I can put him in there and see what I can do with that. A couple of these females do have a long dorsal. A little hard to see. They're all in the back. So, like this one's going to have a long dorsal. But it does look like all of them are females. This tank will be a quickie because it's a little bit green. It's the first original pair of the snow white albinos. This is the second one. And you can see the female's full again, so there'll probably be some babies out of her. And I'll move on with the about the last 5 tanks. So hang in there. And the last couple of tanks are more of the snow white albinos. These were from the second female. This is her first drop. And the interesting thing in this tank, even though you're probably sick of looking at snow white albinos at this point, is I have one female that's got the long fin characteristics, and she just went to where I can't see her, and that's it. All the other ones are normal finned, It's just that one, so that means it's in the background somewhere. And these are from, if I can read my writing, let's see, these are from March. Sorry for the camera work there. Anyway, try to get that long fin female to pop back in here. Interesting, so I'll leave her in there. These are still growing out. I haven't culled any out yet. These are all the babies she had, except for that long fin female. Every single one looks about the same. Size wise, there's not too much of a difference. Color wise, I'm not seeing much of a difference. So very happy with them. And I'll get to the last two tanks. These are some more snow white albinos. These were from the other female, the first line, and they were born May 16th. And this is from the first batch from that female. So I pulled these out. I think I have 2 males and 3 females. And they are my breeders from the next generation. You can see that female is very gravid, as is that one. And there are some babies in here. I just noticed a few, so I'm going to try to get them out of here. But I do not have a tank to put them in, so there's plenty of plants at the top, so this is going to end up being where they're going to stay for a while. But you can see these are a really beautiful line. It's a stunning looking color. You would think not too much about a white coloration, but really beautiful. Almost like a fluorescent. These actually look better in person than they do on camera. Pretty much like me. I don't look too good on camera, but I'm normal in person. So figure that out. Anyway, that is part 2A of the fantastic Guppy fish room tour. There may be a 2B or not 2B. We'll see how that goes. There are about 20 more tanks downstairs that I can film, so I might do that in a few days, or I might do some other kind of video. Maybe you're sick of a fish room tour, so we'll see how it goes. But I hope you appreciated the different kinds of guppies. Like I said, these snow white albinos, I was trying to say, are gorgeous fish, and I've been very lucky where these have babies left and right, so that's good. Anyhow, thanks very much for watching.